Hi guys, I've had a couple of emails from you guys saying that you are still confused with both what we are supposed to be doing and how this works with the core democratic values. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes. We're going to go through all 10 of the core democratic values, talk about what they mean, and then we'll go through the slides that you're doing this week so that you understand what you need to do to finish them up. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through the core democratic values. So this is the foundation of our system. This is what really backs up how our government works and the values of our country. So I'm not saying that this is exactly perfect all the time. I'm not saying that there's not room for improvement on some of these things. These are just the ideals that make our country work. So the first core democratic value that I want to talk about with you is life. So the idea behind the value of life is that each person has the right to the protection of his or her life. That means that we punish people who murder, that we have police officers and the military to protect the lives of the citizens. You have a right as a person to have the government value your life. The second thing we're going to talk about is liberty. So you have the right as a person in America to follow your own beliefs and let other people follow theirs. So it doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter if you have no religion. It doesn't matter what political beliefs you have. It doesn't matter what your neighbor's political beliefs are. Nobody can punish you for your own beliefs. Nobody can punish somebody else because they're different than yours. So that means things that we have the freedom of religion. We have freedom of the press. The press is able to publish things that are critical of the government. As a citizen, you're allowed to be critical of the government. You're allowed to say that you disagree with how things are being run. You're also allowed to say that you agree with things. And none of that is wrong. Okay, so that's a core belief that we all get to believe what we want. The third one we're going to talk about is the pursuit of happiness. So this is the idea that each person can find happiness in their own way as long as they don't step on the rights of others. So if it makes you happy as a person to go live in a treehouse in the woods, you're free to do that. If it makes you happy to go and become a lawyer and work in the corporate world, you're free to do that. The only thing you're not free to do is to stop somebody else from doing their own thing. So there was a saying that my dad used to say a long time ago, is that my rights stop at the end of your nose. So that means that I can't do anything that would make you stop doing something or that would injure you. So as long as I'm not injuring somebody else or stopping somebody else from pursuing their dreams, I'm free to do what I want. The next one is truth. Our government and our country is built on the idea that the government and the citizens should always tell the truth. We have the right to expect that the information we receive from our government is accurate. We have a right to believe that when the government says something, it's actually true. And in the other way around, the government has a right to expect that when we do things like serve on a jury or make a statement to the police, that we are also telling the truth. It works both ways. The next core democratic value is justice. And this is the idea that all people should be treated fairly. No group or person should be favored for any reason. It doesn't matter how much money they have. It doesn't matter if they're a celebrity. It doesn't matter if they have political power. The idea of justice is that it doesn't matter who you are. A person is a person, and nobody gets special treatment. The next idea is popular sovereignty. And this is the idea that the power of the government comes from the votes of all the people. So in some countries, the power of the government comes from where you were born or what family you belong to. And that's not true in the United States. In the United States, political power is earned because people believe in you and they vote for you, and more people vote for you than voted for anybody else. So our representatives, because we're a representative democracy, is somebody who has earned the majority of the votes from the people who live around them. And if we're unhappy with somebody who's representing us in government, we as a people have the right and the ability to take away their power by voting for somebody else. And that means that it's we, the people, who are really in charge of the government and not necessarily the people who are representing us. The votes are what gives people power, not the idea that they're special as a person. The next core democratic value is the common good. And this is something that makes so much sense right now because you're hearing a lot about it right now in the news. And that's that people should work together for the good of all. And this is the idea that when we do things for our communities, whether it's helping clean up a park or building something for your school or paying taxes as an adult so that you can have things that you want, like firefighters and police and public safety. This is working together for the good of everybody and not just the people who can afford it. The next core democratic value is the idea of diversity. And this is the differences in culture, lifestyle, belief, and ethnicities are accepted and important. So this is more than just saying, oh yeah, we have a lot of different people. We're really diverse. It's more than just saying that. It's recognizing that all of those things are valuable. So it's because they're different, or because we have people who have different cultures or different races or different beliefs, all of those people bring value to our country and make it better. The next core democratic value is equality. And this is the idea that everybody should be treated the same, regardless of who they are or what they look like. So, because we have equality, we have the idea that it doesn't matter who you are, you have the right to be treated the same by our government, by corporations, by officials, by politicians, regardless of if you're considered an elite person, if you're a poor person, a rich person. It doesn't matter what race you are, it doesn't matter where you came from. Because we value equality, all of these people are treated the same. The last core democratic value that we're going to talk about is patriotism. And patriotism is a devotion to our country and the core democratic values in words and deeds. So it's saying that equality is important and acting like equality is important. It's saying we believe in liberty and then also recognizing different beliefs than our own. It's saying, I can agree to disagree with you. That's showing patriotism by supporting the core democratic values of liberty. Okay, so it's not just saying the Pledge of Allegiance, it's not just singing the national anthem, it's showing that you believe in the core values of our country, both with the words you say and in how you act and treat other people. So these are the core democratic values that we are looking at this week. And we're talking about them right after we studied Greece, because the idea of equality and the idea of everybody participating in government started there. So we got a lot of these ideals from Greece. So we're going to go back and we're going to look at these. So Monday, you watched a video that showed you just a little bit of an introduction on what does democracy mean. And what I really wanted you to get from that video is I'm not at all talking about a political party here. I'm not talking about the Democratic Party. I'm talking about the government system of people running the government and not like a king or a queen. Okay? So if you talked about some sort of democracy being about people, you're totally golden there. The next thing I wanted you to do yesterday, so Monday, was pick one of these 10 core democratic values. Tell me which one you think is the most important and why. I'm not looking for a whole essay here. 1 or 2 sentences is plenty. Okay? And again, this is your opinion. So you can't give me a wrong answer here. As long as you explain why you think that value is the most important, that's all I'm looking for. I want you to be thinking about it. I want to see why you think the way you think. Today's assignment was to start the rest of these slides. And so I just took them and I put one value on each slide and broke it up across the rest of the week, so it's not too overwhelming to do all at once. So for each of these core democratic values, you are going to look at the definition, and then you're going to either draw a picture on your own and put it in your slideshow from your phone, or you're going to go to Google Images and find a picture that represents life. So I'm going to show you how I'm doing that right now. You can use whatever keywords you want as long as you find a school appropriate image. So I'm just going to do, and then I'm going to click images. And I kind of like the picture of this guy here. And I'm just going to click on it because I want to do two things. Number one, I want to attribute the website that originally posted this picture. So I'm going to make sure that I get a copy of the link. Okay, so I'm going to click. Copy the website, go down to the picture, copy the image, go back to my slide, paste the image, make it fit nice and neat so that everything is clean and tidy. You guys know how to clean these up. And then I'm going to paste my link. Copy the link again. Paste my link on here to show that this is where I got my image. I'm not claiming that I made it myself. Somebody else made it, and that's where I got it. And I'm saying this connects to life because I like how the man standing there looks like he is living life to the fullest on the top of a mountain. That's all I'm looking for. It's just an explanation. This made me think of life because I liked how he was pushing his boundaries. I liked that he was living life. He wasn't just, wasting away. He was out living and doing things. So that's all you're going to do for these. You're going to look at the core democratic value, look at the definition to remind yourself, and then find a picture that you think connects to that core democratic value and explain it. If you have any other questions, please email me, please reach out. Don't wait till the last minute. I'm available almost all the time through email. I'm happy to help you out. I hope this helps you, and we will talk to you tomorrow.